When you've unloaded your canopy, stick your 4 weights out around. Always make sure when you've unloaded your vans that you put your kit not in the area where the canopy is going to be, because you'll end up just then having to move all your kit before you extend your canopy. Right, so here's a canopy. This is a typical high quality Brockley's canopy. You notice that when you're trying to pull it apart, it sticks. Come here. See, look, it's stuck. So what you do here is just technically, just kick it a little bit and it comes apart. So it's dead easy. You don't have to force it. So what you do is you take this apart about so far. So I think I'll do it too much in a bit. That's alright. That's loose for this one. Always check your nuts are tight. Okay, right, let's put the lid on. And if you're doing this on your own, it's a variation on doing it together. It's a lot better if you ask your neighbour to help you. They're always willing. Get over. Oh, nice and wet. Right, come in here, Steph. Start with this bit here. You've got to try and get, what do you call it, the apex? Apex on the centre pole, just like that. There you go. And then you carefully work round the corners. Carefully. Try not to snag anywhere. Do it forever. There's a reason this has got so many patches. People haven't been careful. They've been snagging. On the corner, you've got Velcro there, and you've got Velcro on the inside. Literally put it on there and tap it. Pulls on the other two. And then come here, Steph. So what you do is you fold this all forward so that it's not going to snag when you open it up. Paul's doing a marvellous job there. That's, I think, ready to open it. So you can, if you do it on your own, you literally go round it and round it and round it and pop it up. But honestly, the best thing to do is just to ask someone to help you off another stall. Paul, can you stand opposite to me? And then you grab these two. You got it, Steph? You sit, and then you just lift and shake. There you go. Easy peasy. And then you go to each corner and you just pop in.
The easiest way I find is from the inside. If you come in, and what you do from the inside is put your foot on the bottom, stop it going up, push outwards and upwards at the same time until it clicks.
Oh, you've broken that. Because Paul's a hobbit, it's easy to do that, but I'm a bit taller than Paul, so I do it from the outside.
Might be a hobbit, but I've got a partner film.
Okay, now if we... And then the next thing to do is the straps. Oh, strap missing on that one.
Here's the strap.
Right, straps.
So it's a good idea to go through the hole and
is that a clip?
And
clip. If the clip's broken, again, just a simple knot like that.
that stops it
And
going
that
off
one
in the
hasn't got a
breeze.
strap at all. And if the strap's missing, you need to report it to shift manager. Right.
If it is windy like this, then the side with the straps faces the wind.
There should be a strap on each one. Right, let's go to the legs. I've just noticed that leg looks a bit defective. Let's start with these legs, Paul. Grab that. Paul, you go to that leg. The way that I do this, Steph, come outside. There's a number of ways of doing this, but the way I do it, which is quite easy, is actually lift the leg up and let gravity do the work. The other alternative is to put your foot on it and pull it. Like Paul, there you go, see that. Alright, then we'll try and do these. This one, it looks a bit defective. Yeah.
And here we've got from the bottom 1, 2, 3, 4 visible holes.
That's it. Super. Okay, weights. And then the weight. So if it's a really, really windy day, you will be given 8 weights. If it's not such a windy day, you'll be given 4 weights. So it's always worth checking the van. See how many weights are on the van. They go like that.
And use them all.
Yeah. They're not there to slow the van down. They're there for a job. I think what we'll do, we'll put the back sheet on next. So this is a particularly old back sheet. If it's windy, just don't bother with the back sheet. So Velcro.
Velcro to Velcro. And I normally start in the middle.
All starts in the middle.
If you start in the middle, line that seam up with the seam above it, and then you know it's exactly central. And then attach with the Velcro straps.
If you're struggling with the bottom Velcro, just push the leg in a bit. And what I tend to do, I haven't got it now, but you've got a ball of string in your kit box, and that's there for a whole load of reasons, for solving lots of problems.
And sometimes it clips.
So what I do is you see you've got eyes here, use string, tie off the bottom, because that won't pull off. The wind will pull the Velcro off. Okay, so before we go to, do you want to do banner next?
Yep.
Right, we'll go to banner. Banner next, bungees. Got bungees. Okay. Pet hate, people that can't put banners back in tubes. Real pet hate. What I do is
Spongy.
So I tend to not. You know what? I tend to put the tables out before I put the banner up. There's a good reason. You know why I do that? Clean the banner. But in this instance, we're going to put this dirty banner up. Dirty banners are not acceptable. So you need to clean it before you put it up. Look at that. Dirt. You're going to want to buy a pie if someone needs a dirty banner. Nope. So you need to make sure your banner is perfectly clean. And this is the tabletop one. We don't need that. Right, so that's not the best. You want to try and get it so your banner's up here like that. I don't know what Paul's doing here. Just do it. There you go. Simple.
So now,
So another thing, as well as always watch you don't poke your eyes out with the bungees. Simple. It's so these curly bits here. What you want to do here, you can. Some people use an extra bungee on the bottom. I actually just use a bit of string, a loose bit of string to tie them off. Okay, and I think we'll clean that one before we put it away. Tables up. There's a number of different configurations. I'm going to go with, we'll do my configuration first, which is slightly different to Paul's. And this is one you can basically, if it's not, this will be a house. If it's not raining, I take advantage of every inch of space up there. And you can have different size tables. Three small, small, two medium. It's obvious. It's obvious the legs. Look, just pull out like that. You just lock it like that. So this is the one I do when it's definitely not raining. And even if it's a really, really sunny day, I still do this, but I don't have the product in the sun. And I set them like this. So I've got a massive space. So when you put your tablecloths on, your boxes are empty and you put all your ice in one box, leave the paper in the individual boxes. What I do is I make a little station for myself where I put my bowl, my anti-back, hot water, bowl, just put it here on top of 6 boxes, like that. And then I don't lose any retail space, because I've got my wash station here. Key with the cloths, these are long, is to do the length of your skirt. You really need to, this is dirty, always make sure you clean your cloths as well before you put any pliers on them, and use your clips. That's alright. You've got to be. The idea is you shouldn't be able to see underneath the table because people don't want to see what you're wearing on your feet. People don't want to see other boxes and clutter because it distracts them from the highs. And they want to make sure that they're level. That's one setup. Obviously, if it's raining, you've got a side sheet. You can still have the same setup. You put your side sheet there. If you've got a lot of sun, you can't have any product out there. Or if the sun's up there, you can have product out there because it's in the shadow. Okay, but it gives you massive retail space.
Another way of laying out the stall, which certainly works in all weather, certainly when it's colder, so you stay contained within the gazebo, is to do an L with the table. When it's wet, if you set the table back a bit, then people can come in without getting wet. So I'm going to assume it's wet. So come back about half a metre inside and doing 2 tables as an L. So, and again, talking of OCD, I like to keep it absolutely straight. So walk around to check, and I'm going to go just to make sure that this end isn't directly below the edge, so any drips land on the pies. Cloths go on. Now, depending on how many cloths you've got, there are different ways. You can just put it on straight like this, or if you open at the end, you want to make it look neat, you can come down so it's on the sides, you're fairly close to the bottom, and then we do a fold. So pinch it there.
This is like magic.
Take the fold, and then up, and then you simply fold that back, and you've got a nice neat edge.
Look at that. Magic.
You see, so you've got a nice neat corner, and then another cloth can go on top. So and then you do something very similar on the side. So again, you want to be the same sort of height. I'm going to use 3 cloths for this, I think. So 3 cloth trick. It's a 3 cloth trick. So that one keeps that completely covered. And then this one, let's look a bit more promising, that one. So for the end table, again, let's just keep everything nice and covered and make it all nice and neat. Next one. So get down to that same level, and sometimes here, if I've got something heavy to put on there, I'll put it on to stop it moving. And then on this side, very simply, if you've got a clip, this will work, but be careful, make sure you put something in it, like a bit of paper, and then you can just, on the side, you can just clip it onto the table, and you've got a nice, neat finish.
Should anybody should have an A-board. The reason you've got a bottle of water, it's not to drink, it's not for the van, it's not for hand wash, it's to clean the A-board. You should always clean your A-board before you start the day, and clean it with just water, not spray or soap. Positioning an A-board. If you're allowed to put an A-board out the front, because some markets won't let you, stick it there, stick it near a leg. But if you're on a market like at Warwick, where no one knows where you are, take your A-board somewhere strategic, write something on it with a big arrow. If you're not allowed to put A-boards out, then basically put it somewhere at the back of the stall, just advertise on one side.